Hello students, I am RJ ma'am is with you to start the new lecture today, and the name of the chapter is Why Do We Fall Ill? Okay, so this is the second last chapter of your class 9th students, and this is the lecture number 1 of Why Do We Fall Ill? Okay, so now students, you have to think this thing, that why do we fall ill? Okay, is our environment not suitable for us, or there are some kind of pathogens that are revolving in our environment around us that are causing some kind of sickness or illness in a person? Okay, even if we talk about, if we are using the contaminated water, or if we are eating the contaminated food, then also we fall ill. So what is the reason behind that? Okay, so we are going to see the diversity of this thing in this particular chapter. Okay, so actually there are some pathogens like bacteria, fungi, protozoans, viruses. Okay, so they just attack on our body. Okay, they just take nutritions from the cells and even destroy the other cells functioning. Even they actually become host of the cell. Okay, so if we fall ill, then there is a great reason behind it. Okay, some bacterial attack can be there. Infection is done only and only through bacteria. Okay, if we talk about viruses, then they can cause some kind of disease in the person. Even they can cause the death of a person. They can even destroy the life of a particular person. Now, have you considered this thing, students, that when you are having a common cold, okay, when you talk with your friend and the friend is all right, okay, he is a healthy boy, now next day the friend also falls with the common cold. Now why is it so? Actually it is a type of disease which is communicable. You are just transferring your infections to others, you are transferring your viruses to others. Now the most common example of today's world is coronavirus. Why it is spreading? It is spreading by touch. Okay, the airborne contact that comes. Okay, so we are just putting the mask over our mouth. Okay, so actually these are the type of pathogens which are spreaded from one person's body to another person's body. Okay, so some kind of diseases, like the most common example in the today's world is of corona. Now if we take about the secondly example, they can be spreaded by different means. Through blood contact also it can spread. Like if we talk about HIV virus, okay, the AIDS virus, the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is a disease which is caused by AIDS virus. Okay, the HIV. Now it is just spreaded by only and only blood contact, the fluid contact only. Okay, if some contact is between fluid, then it will spread from one person to another person. So it is very commonly known as sexually transmitted disease. But if we talk about communicable diseases, there are many diseases which are communicable, like the whooping cough. If you see, okay, so if you go and meet a friend who is having whooping cough, then you can even have that next day, because if your body immunity is not too strong, then you can get that disease very easily. Okay, so these are some kind of diseases which are based on the short duration time, but there are some kind of diseases which takes longer time to get resolved out. How? Because actually what happens, students, our body fights with those diseases. Actually there is a immune system, the lymphatic system, that is immune system, which works in our body and prepares our body to fight against those kind of diseases. Our WBCs, which are the soldiers of our body, okay, they prepare the body to find with the infections that are entering inside our body. Okay, so all these things are really very good to understand, and you will come to know about this thing, that different diseases you have heard about very commonly, like common cold, like typhoid, okay, jaundice. These are common diseases you are listening day by day from some or the other person's mouth. Okay, so why they are caused? So we are going to discover this thing, that what are the different viruses or bacteria, pathogens that are like protozoans, which are causing these kind of different diseases in a particular human being. And the basic thing is the symptom. Actually when you have disease, you have certain kind of symptoms which are developing inside your body. Like if you are having some kind of acute disease or chronic disease, then different kind of symptoms are seen. Okay, the person can suffer from nausea, from headache, drowsiness can be seen from a person's body. Now why is it so? It is so because the body is fighting against with it, and body is showing some response against from it. And if body is not available to fight, then we can cause a severe illness, and we go to doctor for the treatment. Okay, so all these kind of diseases which occurs most commonly, like malaria, like typhoid, okay, cholera, these are the diseases which are really infection and can be spreaded from one person's to another person's body. But students, I want to make this thing clear that there are some diseases in the world that they are not transferred from one person's body to another person's body. Like if we talk about cancer, the most common example is cancer. Okay, cancer cannot be transferred from one person's body to another, but it remains inside the body of a person and destroy the body of that person only. Okay, so there are some kind of diseases which are inborn also. We get it from our mother, we get it from our parents. Okay, if gene is having some defect in them, okay, some recessive genes get activated in the offspring, then what will happen? The baby will suffer with these kind of diseases. So they are just known as what? Congenital. They are transferred from the placenta. Okay, so these kind of diseases can occur in a small baby and can be even detected also at the time of gestation period. Okay, so there are different kind of diseases which can occur inside a person's body. Now the first thing that will come in your mind is, what is health actually? What is the basic difference between a particular healthy person and a diseased person? Actually, the difference is that a healthy person is a person which does not have any kind of symptom related to any kind of disease. But if we talk about a diseased person, then they show some kind of symptoms for any disease which they are having. Okay, if we talk about healthy person, then they are physically, mentally and socially fit. Okay, they are not unfit by any kind of means. But if we talk about a diseased person, then they have some kind of disease in their body and they have to take medicines to treat this kind of diseases. So we are going to talk about all these things in this particular chapter, students. This is just the lecture number 1 and this is a small introduction which I have given to you, that we are going to talk about many kind of diseases and the problems related to that diseases, the symptoms related to that diseases. Nextly, what are the different methods to take cure of that diseases? What are the different precautions we can take? Like we are talking about corona time, so what we are taking precautions? We are washing our hands regularly, putting the mask around our mouth. Okay, we are not going to those places which are too much crowded. Okay, so these are the different precautions we are taking during this time. So in each and every disease, some precautions should be taken. Okay, and we can say this thing that prevention is better than cure. So why we use this dialogue, we are going to discuss in this particular lecture today. Okay, so now students, let's see firstly the content portion of today's lecture. So first we are going to talk about the human health and diseases. It is just a short introduction type in which we are going to see that why human health is necessary. Okay, why we should maintain a proper hygiene, why we should take a proper diet. Okay, we should do the regular exercise, walk, yoga, any kind of physical activity we can perform. Okay, and what kind of diseases can be put on in a body if we are not doing these things. Okay, we are not taking care of our body, then our body will get degraded. Okay, now nextly we are going to talk about the community and personal health. Actually, what we do, we take care of ourselves, but we are not taking care of our community. Okay, we throw garbage on the roads. What will happen? The mosquitoes will revolve around it, then they will move on the food which is present in the society. So what will happen? We are getting sick. Okay, we are making the other person sick even. So we should stop this practice and we should take care of our community even. Okay, now next we are going to talk about what is a disease. Okay, so we are going to see the definition of a disease, and nextly we are going to learn about different kind of diseases which can occur inside a person's body by different kind of viruses, bacteria, protozoans. Okay, so now, so for introduction, student, this is a very small video over here and I will make you understand each and everything firstly before starting this chapter. Actually, before starting each and every chapter, it is very important for you all to learn about this thing, that what is important for this particular lecture. Okay, students. Now, students, we are going to see this thing that what is health firstly. So, if we are doing proper regular exercises, then we will not fall ill. Okay, now this is a little boy John. It has fall ill. Okay, so why the little boy John has fallen ill? Let us see. Actually, it should be can be attack of microorganisms, can be of improper diet, or the disease may be inherited from a parent to the offspring. Okay, So actually what happens when we get a disease? Okay, so what happens when we get a disease? So functioning of the organ systems deteriorate. Okay, all the organ systems which are present inside the body of a person get deteriorated, and we get the symptoms like headache, cough, loose motions, or wound with pus. Okay, so these are the different symptoms which can be seen if a person is having some kind of disease. Okay, so we can say this thing, students, that if a person is having disease, then we do not consider it in a healthy person. Okay, we do not consider that person in a healthy person's count. Why? Because they are diseased person. Okay, now students, we can see this thing, that if a person is having disease, then it does not mean that there will be attack of microorganism only. It can be because of the taking of improper diet by that person. Okay, now when we fall ill, we go to the doctor. Why? Because there are some diagnostic tests which can be done for particular diseases. Now let us see this thing, that diseases may be of three types. First, on the basis of prevalence, second on the basis of spread, and last on the basis of duration. Now if we see that epidemics, if we talk about, now it is a corona time and it is very famous example which we can take, that it is a epidemic, it is a pandemic. Okay, it has spread from one person to another person's body. Okay, so why it has spread? Through mouth contact. Okay, through coughing, sneezing. Now you can see here that on the occurrence and spread, it is of two types. Firstly, infectious and non-infectious diseases. Some diseases remain in the body of a person, but some infectious diseases can be transferred from one person to another. So if we talk about infectious diseases, then it can be spread from the different modes, and they can be caused by bacteria, by viruses, by fungi, and last one is protozoans. So they can be caused by these kind of microorganisms from one person to another, then from one person to another. They can be caused by the contaminated food, contaminated water, by shaking hands, by any kind of insect, that is vectors that are carrying that kind of infection. Okay, now actually if we talk about non-infectious disease, then it should be like blood pressure or any kind of respiratory problem that is occurring inside the particular person's body. They are not transferred from one person to another person. Okay, so if a person is suffering from these kind of deficiency diseases like kwashiorkor, like marasmus, okay, they are vitamin deficiency diseases. They are not transferred from one person's body to another person's body. Okay, now if we talk about duration, student, then there are two type of diseases. First one is acute disease and second one is chronic disease. So actually acute diseases are those diseases which are for short period of time, for short span of time. For example, the common cold, which is caused by the rhinovirus. Okay, so common cold is only for short period of time, like some allergic diseases which can occur inside the particular person's body. But chronic diseases like elephantiasis and diabetes, these are the diseases which carry on further throughout the life of a person. So we are going to study about these kind of diseases in this particular lecture today. Okay students, so let us start with this beautiful chart of the diseases firstly, then we will start with the human health and diseases. So now students, you can see that if we talk about diseases, then firstly we are going to talk about the duration. Okay, so if we talk about duration, then on the basis of duration, the chronic disease and acute disease are divided. Okay, chronic means that remains forever for the lifetime of a person. But if we talk about acute, they remains only for a short span of time, like common cold, like whooping cough, like fever. Okay, now if we talk about the mode of infection, then they must be vectors or animals or insects. Okay, but if we see here based on causative agents, okay, there are some causative agents like microorganisms which causes different kind of diseases. So let us see the communicable diseases that are infectious. So it can be caused by virus, so they are known as viral diseases. Next, it can be caused by bacteria, known as bacterial diseases. Can be caused by fungi, then can be known as what? Fungal diseases. And last, protozoa, so known as protozoan diseases, parasitic worms even. Okay, so they are just based on the causative organisms. Now Nextly, we are going to talk about the non-communicable or non-infectious diseases. So these are the diseases which remain inside the person's body only, and they do not get transferred from their body to their offsprings even. Okay, and if they are getting transferred to their offsprings even, then what will happen? They will remain in the body of a person only. Okay, it is not transferred to another person by any kind of contact. Okay, so you can say this thing that organic metabolic disorders, genetic disorders, and deficiency diseases, these are the diseases which are not transferred from one person to another. If a person is suffering from marasmus, kwashiorkor, so these are vitamin deficiency diseases. Okay, now next, cause of diseases may be of different types. Of first, injury. So physical injury or cellular damage may be caused, emotional stress, radiation. Okay, so these may be the causes of some kind of diseases. Okay, if a person is having very emotional stress, they will come in the depression. Okay, they will come under depression. So it is a type of disease actually which is caused by the person's itself body only. Okay, they are thinking too much about a particular thing. Next, physical injury, cellular damage. Okay, actually what happens if a person suffer from any kind of accidental damage, then some part of their body get damaged. Okay, now radiations. Radiations are even very harmful for our eyes, for our heart. Okay, so some diseases are caused by these external agents. Now, some diseases are caused by toxicity. Okay, so external exogenous or internal endogenous. Okay, if a body is producing so much amount of toxins, then what will happen? The person's body will get degraded. Now nextly, if we talk about external and exogenous toxicity, then if we are eating the contaminated food or water or toxic material, then we can get the toxicity inside our body. Nextly, we are going to talk about the deficiency diseases. So if there are not supply of nutrients properly inside the body of a person, then they will suffer from the deficiency diseases which is related to nutrition. Next, sunlight, air and water. Some people are allergic to sunlight, even air, dust or water, so they can occur by this. And last, rest, physical or mental. Okay, so if a person is not sleeping properly, it is not giving time to the sleep properly or doing some any kind of physical activity, not taking proper rest, so they are just hit by mentally and physically even. Okay, so this is the most important thing which we should keep in mind, that if we want to keep our body healthy, students, then we should focus on our health. Firstly, we should meditate, we should do yoga or exercise or any kind of physical activity we want to do. We can do gym also. We should take a proper balanced diet. Okay, we should include fruits, vegetables, salads in our diet properly. Carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins should be supplied inside the person's body so that a person remain healthy forever. Okay, and rest is very necessary requirement which people are not taking today. A person who is studying and studying, so keeps on studying for whole day. Why this is so? Students, you should crack your exams, I know this thing, but you should take care of your body also. Do some rest for 15 to 20 minutes, then again go back to studies. Okay, you should not make your mind disrupt. Okay, actually we study, but what happens, the things will do not get connected if you are studying regularly and you are not paying attention towards the rest. Okay, actually 7 to 8 hours rest is necessary for a body of a person if a person is above 18 years of age. Okay, so students, please do proper rest, take balanced diet. Okay, so now we are going to talk about firstly the human health and diseases. So every living organism, may be a plant or an animal, requires food, nutrition for its survival, maintenance, growth and development. So if we talk about plant also, they have basic requirements of micronutrients and macronutrients. And even if we talk about animals, we require different kind of nutrients to make our body fit. Okay, next point, nutrition is required in specific amounts. Okay, not excessive nutrition is required in our body, or we can say if we take not proper nutrition, then our body will become deficient of it. Okay, so we should take nutrition in a proper way. Next, proper dietary habits led to sound health and proper mental development. So if we talk about proper dietary habits, we should take proper diet, and if we are taking proper diet, students, then our body should have sound health and mental development should be there. Okay, now next point, A person is said to be healthy if fun. Now these are the different points which are categorized over here. If a person's body is totally healthy, then they should follow these points. Okay, so let us see. First, has no symptoms of disease and anxiety. Okay, no anxiety should be there, no diseases should be there in the body of a person. Has no physical deformity. No physical deformity means the person should not be physically handicapped. Okay, next, has no mental problems and social tensions. Okay, so no social tensions and no mental problems should be there in the person's body. Even if a person is suffering from depression, then also it is not considered as a healthy person. Okay, has no psychological tensions. Okay, some people think too much about a particular thing. Okay, even I have a problem about this thing. So psychological tensions are very, very bad to take. So we should meditate. Okay, the meditation is the best way, so that we should not have psychological tensions. Now next, has all body organs functioning properly. Okay, so all body functions should be there. Okay, the respiratory system, or we can say excretory system, each and every body organ should function very, very properly. Next, has purposeful life. Okay, should have purpose in their life, should have goal in their life, what they want to achieve. Next, have sufficient balanced diet. This is very important. If you are not taking 2 times sufficient balanced diet, then a person suffer from deficiency, and this deficiency can lead to different kind of diseases in a person's body. Okay, so these are the basic points we should follow if a person is said to be what? Healthy. Okay, students. Now, the most widely accepted definition in 1947 World Health Organization description that states, okay, so for health, the WHO, that is World Health Organization, has given the definition of health. So let us see. Health is a state of physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Okay, so if we talk about the definition of health, this is the most important definition you should learn. Okay, it is a state of physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Okay, students, so this is the most important definition of what? Health. Okay, students. Now next we are going to talk about the significance of health. Actually, what is the significance of health? Why we should take proper balanced diet? Why we should take proper nutrition? Okay, why we should do proper exercise, yoga? Okay, so why they are important for our lifestyle? So let us see what is significance of it. First, good health is healthy body, which a healthy mind and a healthy attitude. Okay, if I am not taking proper balanced diet, if I am not taking care of my body, then what will happen? The disease will be caused in my body. Okay, some kind of diseases, some deficiency diseases can occur inside my body, like thyroid. It is very, very, very common disease which is occurring in each and every person's body. Why this is so? We are not taking proper amount of iodine inside our body. Okay, so we should take proper balanced diet, and if the body will be healthy, the mind will be healthy, then the attitude of a person will also be healthy. Now next point, good health increases our efficiency for doing work. The increased efficiency of a man due to good health contributes to his own progress, the progress of community and the progress of nation as a whole. Okay, so if a person is taking proper diet, then what will happen? The person is able to perform all his regular activities. Secondly, the person will be able to do some research work if he or she is included in that. So it will be a pride for our country or our nation. Nextly, a person can perform each and every activity, daily routine activities, and can keep a person's body healthy even. Now next point, good health also makes a man happy and cheerful. It allows a person to have the initiative for betterment. Okay, so actually what will happen if our mind is working properly, then what will happen? We will think for far. Okay, we will think in a broader way. But if we are not taking balanced diet, our mind is not working properly, we are not taking rest, then what will happen? We will feel irritating. Okay, the drowsiness will occur inside the body of a person. Okay, and even they will fall sick after a various particular interval of time. So we should take care of our body, we should do proper exercise, proper yoga, we should take balanced diet, and if the person, if having a good health, then it will be happy and cheerful. Okay, Now, next point, good health is condition for our purposeful existence in this world. Okay, so if we are having good health, then we will exist in this world. If we are not having good health, then we will die one day. Okay, now next point, community health and personal health. Okay, so we are going to read about the community health and personal health. Actually, person is just thinking about their health, they do not think about the other person's health. Okay, we should think about the other person's health also. We are just social animal, so we should think about them also. Okay, so let us see some points. For personal health and community health, one should keep the environment clean. This is very important. Actually, what people do, we just collect the garbage in our home and throw it in the roads. Okay, we are just throwing on the roads those garbage. So what will happen, the different kind of infective agents like mosquitoes or flies, they will come over it, they will sit on that infectious things, and then they will sit on our food, so they will make our food contaminated. Okay, so we should take care of our society as well if we are taking care of ourselves. Okay, so next, good economic condition, social equality and harmony, a good civic sense, all will lead to a better community health. Okay, so what will happen actually, good economic condition will occur. Okay, what we are doing, we are, if we are throwing those garbage in the disposable bins, then our environment will be very very clean. Okay, nextly, we will not be prone to different kind of infectious agents like mosquitoes or flies. They will not come in our homes and sit over it. Nextly, the social equality will be there. Okay, social equality means what, if a person is throwing garbage in the disposable bins, then the other person will also get understood by this thing and they will also throw in disposable bins. Okay, so we are making the society learn about the cleanliness. Next, harmony will be there, so it will lead to better community health. Now next, so community health can be defined as all the personal health along with the environmental services for improvement of health of the community. Okay, so we have to provide some environmental services, like we should not throw garbage on the roads. Firstly, we should maintain cleanliness. Secondly, the thing is, we should not spit on the roads because our saliva contains lot of infectious agents. Okay, so we should not spit on the roads. Okay, now it's a corona time, so we should take care that we are putting mask, we are uh, washing our hands regularly when we go to our homes, we are not touching the person's body, because if someone is having the virus, then they can transfer it to the another person's body by touching. Okay, so we should take care of all these points if we want to take care of our community. Okay, now next, it comprises of all efforts for maintaining, protecting and improving the health of the people. So actually, health of the people can be improved by maintaining, by protecting and by improving. Okay, so actually what will happen, the maintenance should be done. If you are living in a society, then the maintenance of that society should be done, cleanliness should be maintained, hygiene should be maintained. Nextly, protecting should be done. Okay, the deforestation should not be there. Actually, proper supply of oxygen should be available for the community health. So these are the 4 points related to community health and personal health. Now next, fifth point, WHO is doing remarkable work in community health. Okay, so actually, you know this thing that it's a corona time, so WHO is totally indulged in making the corona vaccine. Why? Because they are considering the community health. Okay, so they are just worrying about this thing, that if it will spread more and more, then more and more people will die. Okay, so it is just disrupting the body of a person, it is very bad virus, so we should take care of it, and they are just making the medicines against it. Okay students, so these are the 5 points related to community health. Okay, now students, we are going to see the differentiation between the personal health and the community health. What are the basic differences between both of the two? So let us see first point. The state of physical, mental and social well-being of an individual is called personal health. If we are taking the care of only ourselves, we are mentally, socially and physically fit, then we are considering the personal health. But if we talk about community health, student, is maintenance, protection and improvement to health of the whole community. So if we are taking care of the whole community, then we are saying that we are maintaining the community health. Now next, second point, only the individual maintains his her health. Okay, so personal health is that we are just going to gym. Okay, just like I am going to gym or I am doing yoga. Okay, I am not making any people learn yoga, or I am not motivating any other person to do these kind of physical exercise. So I am just considering myself. So it is all about my personal health. But if the whole community remains healthy, how that, if you are a good yoga master, then you can motivate other people also, that come in the garden, do yoga with me. Or you can motivate other persons to do regular walk morning and evening. So this is just a motivational work which we can do and motivate other people to maintain their health. Okay, if they are too much obese, then we should advise them to not eat the oily food. They should put a stop on it so that they remain healthy forever. Now next point, third point is, an individual can maintain his health by. Now how they can maintain their health? First point, eating balanced diet. Balanced diet should be there. Now next, observing personal domestic hygiene. Okay, so actually personal domestic hygiene means keeping their house very very clean. Okay, they are bathing regularly. Okay, they are just cleaning each and every part of the house clearly. Okay, sewage should system should be proper. So this is just only and only about the personal health. Next, consuming clean food, clean water, and clean air. Okay, so move in clean air, eat clean food, and drink clean water. Okay, so this is very very important. Contaminated water, contaminated food should be avoided. Okay, proper exercise, relaxation, and good habits should be developed. Now next, we are going to talk about the third point of community health. Community health can be achieved by, first, provision for treated and safe drinking water. So actually safe drinking water should be taken by a person. Okay, next, proper disposal of sewage and the waste. Next, providing medical facilities. Okay, so actually first, proper disposal of sewage and waste should be done. Medical facilities should be provided. How? If in a society a doctor is living, okay, so they should take care of the other persons also in the society, and can do treatment of other persons if they are suffering from any kind of disease. Now next, control of communicable disease. Okay, so actually communicable disease should made be controlled by not shaking their hands, not coming more closer to each and every person in the society. Okay, maintaining proper hygiene. Okay, next, health education. Okay, so health educational programs should be there. Okay, so health education program should be organized by the society to make people aware about their health. Okay, how should they take care of their health? By having proper eating habits. Nextly, they should maintain proper hygiene. Nextly, they should do proper disposal of the sewage. Okay, so this is very very important, students, to take care of our health. If we are not taking care of our health, our personal health, then how we will take care of our society? Okay, so we should think about this thing, because it is very very important. Okay, now students, we are going to learn about this thing, that how should we maintain the proper sanitation of the environment. Okay, how can we maintain the proper sanitation of the environment? So let us see. The various activities involved in maintaining community health are as follows. So how community health can be maintained? So first point is providing clean and safe drinking water. So clean and safe drinking water should be provided. If you are living in a community or a society, or you are living in any multi, then you should advise each and everyone to drink only and only safe water. The tankers which are placed on the roof of the society should be cleaned on the regular basis, so that the infectious disease cannot be caused to the persons. Now next point, providing good sewage and rainwater disposal system through underground pipes. So good sewage system should be there. Why? Because if sewage is not properly disposed, then some infective agents can sit on them and cause different kind of diseases to the persons. And rainwater disposable system should be there. Now next point, proper garbage disposal. This is very important. Do not throw garbage here and there in the societies. Do garbage disposable by throwing the garbage in only the dustbins which are available by the government also. Some vehicles are available now, they come in the morning, so you can throw the garbage in those vehicles. Okay, now next, strict enforcement of anti-pollution laws. Management of different types of environmental pollution by central and state control boards. Okay, so if we talk about strict enforcement of anti-pollution laws, so actually the regular check on the pollution should be done of your vehicles. Actually, vehicular exhaust is causing too much amount of air pollution, and this is very very hazardous because it results in acid rain. Okay, so actually these harmful gases which are evolved due to incomplete combustion or complete combustion causes many problems inside the person's body. Even they cause respiratory diseases like asthma, like emphysema, bronchitis, which are very very severe. Sometimes death may be caused because of excessive secretion of the mucus inside the lungs of a person. So actually anti-pollution laws should be followed. Next, management of different types of environmental pollution should be done, like water pollution, like air pollution, like noise pollution. Okay, so these are the different types of pollution that can be made in control if only and only we are considering it. Okay, we are just responsible for these kind of pollutions. Okay, so we should make a regular check on our vehicles that they are proper pollution free. Nextly, we should check this thing that we are not throwing the garbage in the water bodies, because they are causing the water pollution in a very great amount. Okay students, now providing proper facilities for prevention and control of diseases such as, now how proper facilities can be provided for prevention and control of diseases. So first point is preventive vaccination against a number of diseases like tuberculosis, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, measles, hepatitis, polio and mumps should be given. Okay, so these are the chronic diseases, and if we want to make our body prevent from these kind of diseases, then in the infant stage only vaccination is given to the baby, and that immune system develops itself against these kind of diseases. And the chronic diseases like polio, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, measles, so against it the vaccination is given properly by the government to the children's. Okay, now next, spraying mosquito and germ killing chemicals, insecticides, pesticides at regular intervals. So government has to provide this facility to protect the environment, to protect the community by spraying mosquito and germ killing chemicals. Okay, germ killing chemicals like the dichlorodiaphenyl trichloroethane, DDT, is the most common chemical which is sprayed on the roads. Have you seen this thing, white colored powder? Okay, white color powder is sprayed on the roads, okay, for preventing the diseases which are caused by the mosquitoes like dengue and malaria. These are very very hazardous, so they should be done on the regular intervals. Okay, so these are the preventive measures we can take. Okay, now students, providing health education, this is very very important. Actually health education should be provided to the people so that they should be aware by the things that if we are doing this thing, then what will happen, some kind of diseases can be caused in their body. So they should be properly literate about these kind of things, that diseases does not attack them even if they are taking the preventive measures. Okay, so to educate people about the mode of transmission of diseases and mechanism to control communicable diseases. Okay, so actually communicable diseases can be controlled only and only when we are going to educate the people. Like I am taking now again the example of corona. What is happening, this virus is spreading too much in our country. So what is happening, the government are paying attention towards it. Okay, they are putting the lockdown conditions. Okay, schools, colleges, coachings are not open, the social places like the cinema halls are not open, the malls are not open. Okay, so why this is so, because if people will come in contact with each other, it will spread more and more. So to put a stop over it, we are just considering that we should take the preventive measures against it. We are putting mask around our mouth, okay, washing hands regularly. So these are some preventive measures we are taking to make our body free from these kind of viruses. Okay, importance of balanced diet, balanced diet should be taken properly by the people of a particular society. Effects of bad habits like alcoholism and addiction, so this is very important. If a person's body is addicted towards any kind of drug or alcohol, okay, like smoking, so their body will get degraded and immune system will get reduced. Okay, the working of the immune system will get reduced if they are addicted to these kind of bad habits. Okay, so we should educate the people against this thing, that they should take a proper sanitation facilities. Okay, the mode of transmission of the diseases are what we should educate them by this thing. And nextly, what are the communicable diseases and what type of preventive measures we should take. Now next, establishment of healthcare services. Okay, so healthcare services should be provided to the people by regular intervals. So primary health care centers, district hospitals, community health centers, medical colleges, all India institutes, regional hospitals, etc. So actually establishment of these kind of health service centers are done by the government. The establishment of medical colleges, all India institutes, primary health centers, dispensaries are done by the government, where people are even treated freely, so that they are aware by these kind of diseases. And nextly, they should take the proper treatment by going into these kind of institutes. Okay students. Now, prevention of food adulteration, degradation in the food quality. Actually, we use the adulterate food. How? We are going to the market. Okay, we do not know about the adulterated food. Like, we are just buying milk or ghee from the market. Okay, and they are very, very adulterated. Okay, some substances are added to them. They are very harmful for us. So, we should avoid using these kind of foods. Okay, so example, addition of artificial colors in pulses. This is very important. If you go to the market, you can see this thing. What they do, the shopkeepers add colors to the pulses so that we can buy them very easily. But these kind of additive flavors destroy our immune system. Okay, and even digestive system. Next, addition of Sudan red color in chili powder. This is the most common example, the addition of Sudan red color in chili powder, and this is very harmful for our body. So providing maternity and child care center. This is the next point we should take into consideration if we want to take good health. So that mortality rate among children is reduced to great extent. Provision of family planning, advice and medical care to the school going children. So people should be made aware by certain kind of programs which are held by the government, so that if a woman is pregnant, they should take care of themselves, so that mortality rate of a child will decrease. Next, the second point is provision of family planning advice. Okay, so family planning advice should be given to them, and if they do not know about this, then they should be made learn about this, that there are some contraceptive devices which are available in the market, so they should make use of them. Okay, and proper medical care should be given to the school going children also. Okay, so these are the main preventive measures we should keep in mind. Okay students, now students, we are going to learn about the last topic of this lecture, that what is a disease. Okay, so a disease can also be defined as disorder or deviation in the physical, physiological or any other function of the body or mind, either caused due to nutritional deficiency, genetic disorder, pathogenic invention or any other reason. So actually, if there is any kind of disorder in a person's body, then it is known as what? Disease. Okay, if any disorder in the person's body, then it is known as disease. Now this disorder can be caused genetically, it can be caused by different kind of vectors or infectious agents which are present in the environment. Okay, like pathogenic invention. Okay, and it can be caused by nutritional deficiency. As I told you, the vitamin deficiency causes what? Kwashiorkor and marasmus type of diseases. Okay, so if a person is not taking balanced diet, if a person is not taking proper rest, okay, so these kind of diseases can be grabbed by the body of a person. So what is a disease, students? Actually, disease is what? A disease can be defined as a disorder or deviation in the physical, physiological or any other function of the body or mind caused either due to nutritional deficiency, genetic disorder, pathogenic invention or any other reason may it be. Okay, so this is known as what? Disease, and this is the definition of the disease. This is important and you all have to learn this definition properly. Okay students, now next point, a great physician Hippocrates in 460 to 359 BC was the first to look for scientific explanation for disease. Okay, so Hippocrates was the first scientist who took the way to explain the scientific explanation of disease, and he is remembered today as the father of medicine. So remember the name of father of medicine, students, it is Hippocrates. Hippocrates. Okay, and this is the pictorial representation of Hippocrates. Okay, students. So now, students, this is assignment for you all, and this is assignment number 1, in which you have to complete the exercise number 1, in which I am just giving a small section of this exercise to do. That is questions from A1 to A4. Okay, so you have to complete this section and you have to do your analysis. Okay, after this we will be meeting in the second lecture, and I will be going to tell you about different kind of diseases that can occur inside a person's body, and what are the different symptoms of it, and why we should take proper cure of it. What are the preventive measures we should take properly, so that we do not get caught by these kind of some infectious diseases or congenital diseases or different kind of diseases we are going to learn about. So in this lecture today we just learn about the community health and diseases, and what is a disease, and we should take proper personal hygiene health even, and we should maintain proper personal hygiene for our health. Okay, so this is important, students. So you should learn about this thing, that how we can maintain our health properly, so that we can even help our society for maintaining the proper health. Okay, students, so give me the permission to leave. Thank you.